something that you wish to see or experience in a more positive light. And take that. Good morning, Amani. My name is Julie, and I'm going to take you through our 10-minute meditation. I invite you to take a couple of deep breaths, just 2 or 3, just to clear the energy in your space and allow yourself to tap into what this meditation will bring for you today. So for this meditation, let's focus on the law of attraction. Bring to mind an experience that you desire, something that you wish to shift in your life, something that you wish to see or experience in a more positive light. And take that experience, explore what that is for you. And as you go into the meditation today, I invite you to really feel all aspects of it. What does it look like? What does it sound like? How do you feel in your body in this experience? What are those things that you can now do, or ways that you can be, that uplift you and uplift those around you? What we focus on, we bring more of into our lives. So focus on this from a place of joy and gratitude, as if it's already happened. And again, infuse it with excitement and gratitude, and all your senses know that they are all engaged in this experience. You are in it, not observing. You are in it, full in all of you. Mind, body, and soul is experiencing the fulfillment of this beautiful experience. So take this into your meditation and know that your soul's desire is pure for good for all. So take comfort in that as you explore that experience that you wish to attract. Because it isn't just good for you, it benefits everyone that comes in contact with you. So taking this consciousness into your meditation today, allow your soul to speak to you of this and explore and expand on how this feels. Enjoy your meditation. Now staying in this consciousness, feeling, seeing, experiencing this future, now present event, understanding that the law of attraction works for everyone and that we are in the space of receiving. We surrender our fear and we allow for this new experience to be a part of our lives. We experience the openness, the welcoming, and the attraction to this. As we know that we infuse this desire with our full emotion, we know that we are drawing it to us. We are not surprised by the synchronicities of events and are in a place of excitement and invitation of this new way of living and being. As we feel the gratitude for this new beautiful experience, we smile and we know that as we express this, feel this, continue to feel and put the vision of this desired experience out into the universe, that it cannot help but be drawn to us. So we invoke the law of attraction today. Thank you for joining me for this morning's 10-minute meditation.
Intuitive painter, and transformational creativity coach. And I just wanted to take a minute to invite you to an upcoming exciting offering that I will be doing for the Amani Center called Creative Calling Circles. Some of you may know me already from doing intuitive painting and soul quest through the Amani Center, but I just wanted to take a minute to tell you a little bit more about what the Creative Calling Circles is all about. We are multifaceted human beings, both neurologically, physically, spiritually. There are many aspects to us. And one of the major aspects in this experience we're having, this human experience that connects us to our divinity and connects us to the bigger realms, is our creativity. The world is becoming very much aligned with and in need of and accessing more of creative energy, both in our spiritual quests, in our purpose, our vocation. So the concept that we are not creative or that there is artist and non-artist simply is not the truth. I've created the Creative Calling Circles as a way to bring together community, storytelling, meditation, right brain processing. So we have our linear, very straightforward A to Z life, birth, life, death way of living. That is very linear, but there is another deeper aspect to us. There's an intuitive, creative aspect to us. And the more that we can tap into and become familiar with and strengthen that creative muscle, the richer our lives become. The more intuitive we become, the softer we become, blood pressure goes down, relaxation happens. For many, meditation in its traditional sense is a lot to ask. And especially during times like this when there is so much activity and so much busyness, that sometimes it is hard to sit just in the silence. Creative Calling Circles are an invitation to use this process as a meditation. No artistic ability is required for these. This will be a circle that meets once a week. You can drop in, or you can get a whole package of 6 of them and continue doing it. Each week I will present a different art or creative process. such as finger painting, collaging, creating sacred altar pieces, wherever this group will go. And in each week, we will bring to the table, we will bring to the altar a heartfelt theme, something that may have come up, something that I may feel led to share, and we will have that time in community to be in this space. When you connect your hands to your heart, to focus concentration, it is a deep, deep healing that takes place. It is a meditation. So I just want to invite you to check it out. You can do drop-in. Again, there is no artistic ability needed because this is not about ability. This is about the journey and the process and inviting the creative aspect within us to become stronger. So again, Creative Calling Circles starting September 14th. I very much hope to see you at one. And let's give ourselves this time to be in stillness and to be in that divine feminine energy of creativity and creation. I look forward to seeing you. Bye.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, can we take our seats? We're going to be going live here in just a few moments.
Om, the sound of the vibration of creation. And being washed over with this beautiful vibration, we're now centered and ready to begin the service this morning. So are you ready to be inspired and uplifted? Well, we're going to start this morning with some Karen Drucker.
Good morning, Amani Center. This is Karen Drucker coming to you from San Francisco. How are you? Nice to be with you. Wish I could be there in person, but this is the next best thing. Let's hold that vision. I can come up and visit you. So I have a few songs for you today. I want you to sing along. So here is my magic wand that says that you can sing. Wait. There it is. Do you hear that? So this is your magic wand saying, if anyone ever told you you couldn't sing before, now you can. So sing with me. This is a song I wrote with my friend Harold Payne. You are welcome here. And obviously this is what your center is all about, that you just welcome everyone. So it goes like this. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. That's it right there. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Let's do that again. You are welcome here. 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 And here's the verse. Our arms are wide open. There's room for everyone. are home. You are welcome here. 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 Sing that out. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Yes, and you are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome. Now put your hand over your heart and say, I am welcome here. 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 I am welcome. Let's do it for all of us. We are. And we are welcome here. We are welcome here. We are welcome here. We are welcome here. Yes, we are welcome here. We are welcome here. Yes, you are.
Marcy, that would be an awesome concert. Karen Drucker, don't you think? She's amazing. She was the music director for many years for the affiliated New Thought Network conference every year. And so that's kind of where she was the New Thought group that really got her very popular. So that would be amazing. So welcome here. And you've landed at the Amani Center. And today is a fascinating day. There's been many situations, let's just call them, and we're going to do our best. Most of our service will be partially recorded, but we're going to turn it over to the divine and let the divine take control. And so I'm going to step out of the building. No, kidding. So we're the Amani Center, and this is our new statement, our mission statement that we have a lot of oomph behind. So if you would, please say this with me. We are an inclusive spiritual community dedicated to raising consciousness and transforming lives. That's a huge statement. So we can apply it to ourselves. How do I do that? And how do each one of you do that? And the Amani Center does that by our classes and workshops and events. And Marcy will tell us a little bit more about that, ways that you can get involved at the center. But we really take this idea deep within. And so now that we've got our vision statement, we know who we are, how about any new people this morning? Anyone here in the building this morning that's new? How about anyone out there in the virtual land? Well, we welcome you. And that was a great opening song. We welcome you here. So you can contact us at admin@theamanicenter.org if you would like more information. We have a pamphlet. We have some, everything is online now. You can check out our website and all of our events and ways to connect with us. So our Amani Circle of Light, and what they are, the Circle of Light, that's our name. We're practitioners. We are prayer warriors. We know the truth for you and for ourselves. And our favorite thing to do is pray. We've taken 4 years of classes and are dedicated to what's called spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. And so into this are we that we actually offer complimentary affirmative prayer. You can pick up the phone and within minutes have a practitioner call you back or instantly they're there praying with you. So please reach out to us. You can reach out to us on Facebook or dial 530-677-2300. Lots of ways to get a hold of us so that we can pray for you and know the truth. And if there's something that you would like to have released from your life, we can know that for you or help you to manifest something that you're trying to bring close within. So please take advantage of this. It is something that we're very proud to offer, complimentary. And actually, we're having a meeting today after service at 12:30 via Zoom. Be there, practitioners. So I'm going to bring up Marcy, and she's going to do the announcements for us this morning.
Thank you, Reverend Belinda. So good to have Reverend Belinda in the house. And walking on her own without any braces. She's looking good. Okay, we have a lot of announcements today, so I'm going to try to move fairly quickly. Here's our schedule. We have Mitch Austin today. Mitch had a bit of a health issue this morning, and so he is not going to be here in person, but we have Mitch Austin from a few months ago who will be joining us magically on the screen. So you're still going to get your Mitch in today. And then next week we have the wonderful Gary Lynn Floyd. You're going to hear a little music from him today as well. He will be our virtual Sunday. We will be opening the space up for anyone who wants to come and watch virtually, but we're shifting things in October. So starting in October, we're going to move our virtual Sunday to the first Sunday of the month. And we're not going to open the space for it. We're going to let it be PJ Sunday, stay home, watch in your bed, on your patio, whatever's comfortable. And we're moving our Sunday fun day with our kids and our potluck to the last Sunday of the month. So that's starting in October. Oh, let's see. Oh, I've got a slide up for Gary. So here's Gary. He'll be here next Sunday virtually, and he'll be bringing the message and the music. And he is just awesome, awesome. You're going to hear some of his music today. So don't miss that virtually, September 26th. And then we've got our creative calling circles that just started up last week. And so they won't be meeting this week because we have the equinox on Tuesday, but they're going to be meeting every Tuesday after. It's a drop-in price of $25, or you can get multi-class discount if you sign up for several of them. And this is Allison Tomei doing this here in the space. She does ask that you pre-register so she knows if there's going to be people here or not. But she'll be doing it every Tuesday. It's going to be great fun, so definitely check that out. Everything that I talk about, you can pretty much sign up for on our website. If you go to the AmaniCenter.org, there's a link that will take you to the Discover Center to sign up for anything that needs Discover or needs sign up. On Tuesday is our Amani Fall Equinox celebration. We've been doing these at every change of season. They're awesome. There's ritual, there's music, there's connection, there's a chance to be together. We do it out on the patio. I think the weather's going to be great. And so grateful to Kristen Scott for putting these together season after season. It's going to be wonderful. So do show up for that, free, and no need to register, 6 o'clock on Tuesday. Science of Mind in a Nutshell, Reverend Pixie Dufour will be leading this again. It's a free sort of intro class to Science of Mind and the New Thought teaching. She's doing it September 27th from 6 to 8. It's free, and but you do need to pre-register for it. It's via Zoom. So that's a great class coming up. Hands and Hooves Teen event is going to be on October 16th from 10 to 4 out at Julie and Mary's Ranch, the Painted Sky Serenity Ranch. This is no cost to the kids, so please get your kids to sign up for this. It's an awesome opportunity. I've talked to some of the kids who've done it. They have just loved it. Many of our folks here from the Amani Center, like Monica and Reverend Sherry and Pat Souza, are all part of this great program that they're doing out there for kids. So it's free. There's a link to sign up in our Discover Center. Hey, guess who's actually coming to Amani? Daniel Namad. This is going to be so good, you guys. I'm so excited about it. I have been visioning this for years, and it is finally coming true. Saturday, October 23rd, Daniel reached out because he's going to be in the area the next day doing a Sunday service. So he said I could come and do a concert for you, and I said absolutely, would love that. We're going to split those proceeds up, and a portion are going to go to the Caldor Fire Fund so that we can keep helping our community and those who have suffered from this fire that's still burning, but much more under control. So this is going to be an awesome event. We'll be here live in the space on the patio. We'll start selling tickets for that very soon. We need to get it all set up in Discover, but don't miss this. He is so, he's so wonderful when you see him online, and he is going to be doing our virtual service on the first Sunday in October. So you'll have another chance to enjoy his music and just his lovely energy. But in person, he does not disappoint. He's just a wonderful performer and a prolific writer of songs. So don't miss this, guys. It's going to be awesome. Another wonderful thing that same weekend, we got a lot of good things going on that weekend, is our Amani dedication ceremony, which has been postponed for a year and a half because of COVID. We are now bringing it into the space during service on October 24th. We will be honoring our graduated practitioners who literally, we graduated like a week before we went into lockdown. So this is our chance to be honored as graduates, and we will also be dedicating the space. The Miwok Band of Indians will be here to help us honor the space and for us to have gratitude to them for allowing us to be in this space. And it's just going to be just an amazing service. So, and then we're going to do a potluck afterwards with some special food and celebration. So please be here for this. Bring your friends. This is going to be a really special Sunday. And then the 4 agreements will be starting up with Reverend Pixie DeFore on October 18th. That's our first year 1 class. If anybody is looking to jump in, that's a great class, great book. And Reverend Pixie does an awesome job of that. And then Rise and Speak. We have so much going on right now, but the last Sunday in October, you know, Mitch has started this class, the Rise and Speak class. There's several of us who are taking it. This will be the night where we share our stories, what we've been working on for the 8 weeks. Kelly's been to one of these of Mitch's before and really was raving about how amazing it is. People really going deep. So this will be from 6 to 9 here at the Amani Center. Love offerings will be gratefully accepted. So put that on your calendar and show up for that. And then we are going to get one more chance during the summer, or at least the warmest weather, to get out as a community, and we're going to float together. So you can bring your kayaks, you can bring your paddle boards. We'll have some extra ones. I know I have a couple extra paddle boards that I'm happy to share with people. We're going to meet up here after service on the 10th. And we're still figuring out where we're going to go. Some places are still closed, but we're thinking if nothing else, we'll just go over to Negro Bar, and we'll get in the water. And there's a little beach there. People can hang out on the sand. Just an opportunity to get together, maybe bring a picnic. Should be really fun. The weather seems to be hanging on in terms of being warm. So, yeah, join us for that. It's going to be super fun. And then there's a group of us that are going to do the Women's March on October 2nd. And they're doing it in Folsom, so it's not, we don't even have to go all the way downtown. So if you're interested in joining us, Reverend Cherry will be there and I will be there. You can just email me at joyfulmarcy@gmail. Just casual, just figuring out a way to carpool if people want to carpool. And I think, is that the last one? Yes, I'm going to turn it back over to Reverend. Yes, did you have a question? Yeah. It'll be Zoom, yeah, because she's out in Newcastle, so yeah. Okay, I'm going to bring Reverend Belinda back up, and she will bless the service.
Okay, if you would get yourselves nice and centered, maybe sitting up straight in your chair, feet flat on the floor. If you feel comfortable, with your eyes closed, gazing upward at that point of light. Some call it the seat of the soul, the spiritual eye. And gaze deeply there as we connect to this divine intelligence that we're surrounded by. It's in us and as us and through us and all around us in this room, virtually, all the time. And it's always guiding and guarding our lives. We know that it's guiding this service this morning. And this divine intelligence operates perfectly in our lives, permeating every cell. And so we absorb this divine energy in us and feel safe and secure in this presence. Blessing this service this morning, knowing that each one of us will hear exactly what we have shown up to hear, to inspire us, to lift us up and guide us. So we bless this service, we bless each other, knowing that as we join together in communion, the divine has met us there and then leads us and guides us forward in our day, that we also uplift others that we come in contact with. So for this, we are eternally grateful. And we're grateful for this place we call the Amani Center, that it's allowed us to dive deep here, this holy instant, with the divine. So we release this and let it go. Let our prayer go, knowing that it is already returned to us manifest in this holy instant as we say together, and so it is. And so it's now my honor to bring up our practitioner, Kathy Wilson, to lead us in affirmation this morning. Some people are short. Good morning, Amani. My name is Kathy Wilson. I'm a practitioner here at Amani. I feel so blessed to participate this morning and love on all of you as you love on me. Yahoo. So today's affirmation is we're going to do 3 times. The first time with enthusiasm and energy. The second time, bring it into your heart. Really feel the words. And the third time, silently join me as I say it aloud. Let us begin. The spirit within me makes what I have right now enough to obtain my heart's desire. The spirit within me makes what I have right now enough to obtain my heart's desire. The spirit within me makes what I have right now enough to obtain my heart's desire. This comes to us through Mitch Austin, our wonderful ministerial intern. And now we are going to have a song by Gary Lynn Floyd. Little technical glitch. Hang on. We're in for a wonderful event, a wonderful experience.
Everything beneath the sun breathes like a harmonium. Pure perfection has begun, shining like a midnight sun. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone. Let me be an instrument, guided by an heaven sent. May these grapes of pain ferment, alchemize to love's content. Ever be a sacrament, knowing God is my intent. God, let me know your name, hold me in the same breath as your word. Oh God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. rolling like a thundercloud. Let me live my love out loud, standing for mankind and proud, baptized in a holy shroud. Peace be still and know me now, God is in all I have found. God, let me know your name, hold me in the same breath as your word. Oh God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace, spinning like a prayer fields, turning like Ezekiel's wheels. Nothing like a kiss seals this spirit I've become, knowing what I'm here for, rowing on to distant shores, flowing from the infinite, God in everyone. Oh, spinning like a prayer fields, turning like Ezekiel's wheels. Nothing like a kiss seals this spirit I've become, knowing what I'm here for, rowing on to distant shores, flowing from the infinite, God in everyone. Out of darkness I have come, I see God in everyone.
It is now time for our meditation. So I invite you to get comfortable in your seat. Release any thoughts from the thinking mind. Release all tension, any tension, no matter where it is in the body. Relax into that source, that great, wonderful presence. We are vibratory energy beings, connected to each and every other vibratory and energy being. And as we connect to each other, we are connecting to the divine. Feel it. Experience it. Go deep, deeper, deep within, connecting to that source, the source of all good, all life. Experiencing abundance in every area of your life, relationships, health, finances, whatever it is that you feel a need for more abundance in. Take this question into this meditation. What can I do to experience and express this abundance? Enjoy your meditation. in this sacred space of connection, feeling, release, bring to mind someone or some situation. It can be in any area of life. Bring that person or that situation into your consciousness, surrounding it with love, compassion, wisdom, and understanding. And know that everything is all right. Right here, right now, it is good and forever. This healing prayer is meant for you and anyone else, any situation, any condition. And I am so grateful to the Spirit, to the Source, to the God within me, which is the God within you. We connect on a spiritual and heartfelt basis every day, in all ways. We are the expression of the divine, the light that shines not only for ourselves, but for each other. We hold and uphold ourselves and each other. Love is stronger than anything, and we are so loved by the divine and each other. And I am grateful for this. I am grateful for the lessons, the experiences, the camaraderie, the compassion that is felt here and everywhere. I release my word into the universal law, knowing it is already so. It is done. And together we say, and so it is. And now we are going to have a song by Leah Morris.
Honor the dark as you do the light. Receive the gifts that come to us by day and by night. I choose to honor the dark, uncertainty and change. Deliver us from fear until only love remains. Honor the dark as you do the light. Receive the gifts that come to us by day and by night. I choose to honor the dark, uncertainty and change. Deliver us from fear until only love remains. Honor the dark as you do the light. Receive the gifts that come to us by day and by night. I choose to honor the dark, uncertainty and change. Deliver us from fear until only love remains. Honor the dark as you do the light. Receive the gifts that come to us by day and by night. I choose to honor the dark, uncertainty and change. Deliver us from fear until only love remains. Honor the dark.
That was very cool. That was really cool. That was very well done. So today we're going to get to listen to Mitch, just in a virtual way. And we'll send him blessings this morning. Everyone hold him in your heart for his perfect health and knowing that he is moving through this perfectly and with divine love. And so let's take a few moments to enjoy Mitch this morning and his special blessing. Our intern minister, Mitch Austin.
I decided to record today's message. So the title of my talk is How to Use Your Spiritual AAA Card. Did you know you had one? Well, if you've ever had a AAA card for your car, you know, if you're stuck and you can't move forward, you just call this number and somebody shows up, like with all the resources and tools to get you moving forward and on your way. So metaphysically speaking, we have a spiritual AAA card. We have a way that we can partner with the one mind that has all the knowledge, the resources, and support we need to move along our path towards our dreams, our goals, our higher ground. And we're going to talk about that today. You know, Ernest Holmes says there's a power for good and we can use it. And we're going to talk specifically about how to use it. So the 3 A's in the AAA card stand for our awareness, activating our awareness, getting in alignment, and taking action. And I'm going to throw in a bonus 4th A at the end that I think will really bring full circle this power for good and how to use it powerfully in our lives. So I'm going to unpack today's message through a very specific event in my life that made all the difference. Have you ever looked back over your life and you saw that one little turn in the road, that one little thing that took place that made all the other dominoes fall? Maybe you were introduced by your neighbor to your future spouse. You know, maybe you had that one teacher that brought something out in you and that you ended up making a career out of. That made all the difference. So I'm going to talk about that story and unpack it through the spiritual laws that were activated during this time in my life. So I discovered in my 30s something called the education gap. I was working on a special project, and I had learned that educators had got together and done a study. They had studied students and wanted to know why some students went to college and others didn't, even though they all got the same education. And here's what they found out. Students whose parents had went to college, they were much more likely to go to college. Students whose parents only had high school level of education were less likely to go to college. But the smallest percent, the 2%, only 2% that made it to college came from a group whose parents' English was their second language. The parents didn't graduate, in many cases, even high school, and they were in a lower socioeconomic bracket. When I found that out, I was thunderstruck because I fell into that. My mother was from Europe. She grew up during the war and didn't have much access to education, and she was a single mom. We were in that lower socioeconomic bracket, but yet I made it through a private Catholic college and got a degree, and I thought, whoa, how'd that happen? And so I looked back over my life, and one thing I realized that was consistent about my upbringing is I was brought up with these principles. How to use our mind, how to partner with the one mind, how to move from the inside out towards what I wanted. So my mother made me live these principles. I didn't know I was living them. I just thought that's the way things are. You know, I'd come to her and say, hey, Mom, I need to get to the mall to sign up for soccer. And she'd go, there's a will, there's a way. And I'd get on my bike, and pedal away, and 5 miles one way and back. I didn't know. You know, I'd come to her with a problem and say, oh, Mom, I don't know how to do this, and I'm really worried about it. She'd go, mind over matter. And she'd tell me, the spirit's stronger than the flesh. Like, these were things that she didn't just say, she demonstrated, and she made me live them. Well, I could even say a swear word and get in trouble, but you know where I really get in trouble for? If I ever use the 2 words, I can't. Actually, 3 words. I can't. There is no can't. She'd scream at me, and I go, okay. So I learned to talk without those words, those phrases. I didn't know why it upset her so much, but now I understand. See, she knew there was no limitations, and she didn't want me to think from a limitation or condition-based perspective. And so I thought about, how did I get through school? Like, what was the thing besides science and mind principles? And I thought about my athletic career. Because to tell you the truth, the big reason I went to school, well, it's to play sports. I hate to admit that, but it's true. I mean, I liked college later on, some of the subjects, but, I was really all about sports. And I loved pitching. I was a softball pitcher. And I thought, it was really unlikely that I would have been a pitcher given my situation, but I didn't know it at the time. In fact, I remember when the first time I had an awareness that that's what I was. I was 6 years old. I was out in left field, hands on my knees, my too big for my head hat down to here. You get the picture? Way out in left field. Now, if you know anything about softball games or baseball games for 6-year-olds, yeah, the ball doesn't go into the outfield ever, and I was just bored. But I saw somebody in the middle of the field who always got the ball, and they were throwing it. I thought, who's that person? And so I asked, and they said, that's the pitcher. And I thought, right away, I knew, that's what I am. That's what I am. I didn't get to finish the season that year. We moved away. And then several years later, we moved back. And I had moved back just in time to sign up for softball. In fact, I got the last jersey. It was late registration. I was number 13. I always said I was bad luck for the other team. And so here I am on this team. I can't catch, I can't throw, I can't bat. I'm playing left out. I was terrible. And I asked, how do you get to be the pitcher? And they said, well, only the kid of the coach, gets to pitch. And I thought, well, that's not going to work. Nobody in my family's going to coach. But it didn't stop me. I went and got a cardboard box, and I gathered up some softballs, and I'd throw them, and I'd visualize strike, ball, strike, and I'd gather them up, and I'd do it again. The next year, I ended up being the catcher. Still not the pitcher, but a little closer. And then the year after that, I happened to get on a team where the uncle was coaching, not the dad. And he comes out the first day and asks, who pitches? I shot my hand right up, sit with 6 other people. Now, of course, after I raised my hand, the little voice is going, well, nobody's ever taught you to pitch. Who are you? Are you sure you can pitch? Can you take on, can you be that leader? All of that negative chatter came up, but it didn't matter because I was clear. I knew this was my shot, and I didn't want to blow it. Well, I ended up being one of 3 pitchers that year. And then the next year, when I got into high school, I got on the freshman team, and I was working out. I was running bleachers. And my basketball coach happened to see me running the bleachers, and he knew I was serious about being a pitcher. But nobody in our little town knew how to coach it. But he had heard about a workshop in San Jose, which was about an hour and a half away. He knew I didn't have any money or resources to go, so he asked if I wanted to go, and he paid, he signed me up, he took me. And I got instruction from one of the greatest pitchers in the world, Rick Balswick. I learned about drop balls, rise balls, change-ups. I was on fire. And not only did I have a great season that year, I went on to all-star teams, even on a national championship team, and yes, I ended up getting a scholarship in college. That little carrot dragging me along. Now, none of this I could make happen, but I could make welcome, and that's what I was doing. I was making it welcome. I was in my clarity. I was taking action. I was aligning in my mind, and we're going to unpack these 3 A's through this little story. Now, I want to be clear. I didn't create the conditions or the resources that helped me be a pitcher. I aligned with the spiritual laws that created that. Ernest Holmes says that we do not create. We use the power of the mind that creates for us. Just like we do not create electricity, right? We don't get up in the morning and say, I got to create some electricity so the light bulb can come on. We don't do that, right? We get in harmony with electricity. We turn on the switch that operates by the appropriate laws to get the result that we know we'll get, which is light. So metaphysical laws, spiritual laws, they're exactly like that. We need to use them in a conscious and deliberate way for the intention or the dream or the outcome that we're looking to achieve. So I want to start with the first day, awareness. See, you need to be aware of what belief system you're working with. And so there's really two belief systems. There's the thinking of the world, that you got to have the right conditions, you got to know the right people, you've got to have the right resources, the facts, the figures, all those things determine what level of success you can have, and your success is limited. Your options are limited. I'm glad I didn't know I was in a 2% category to go on and have, get a degree and have a career and all this. I'm glad I didn't know. And then there's the other belief system, which is based on the spiritual truth. It's based on these laws. It's based on knowing that there's an unlimited power to good, to wisdom, to resources that we can partner with in mind and start to move providence. When I was told it's only the coach's kid that gets to pitch, I didn't even, I mean, it was a little bit of but I didn't let it stop me. I didn't say, oh, well, I guess I'll put away my cardboard box. No, I stayed in possibility thinking. So it's so important to know what belief system you're in, because if you're in the world's BS belief system, you might be telling yourself a story that's limited, condition-based, and that keeps you from your awareness, right? So check in with yourself. Ask yourself, am I telling myself an empowering story? You're probably in the spiritual truth. Am I engaging in possibility thinking, well, yeah, it's the coach's kid, but you never know. Something could happen, or, I could get a chance. I better be ready. Now, I love it in Alice in Wonderland. The queen turns to Alice and says, well, I believe 6 impossible things before breakfast. What if we did that every morning? That'd be pretty cool to see how our mind would start to shift, and the lens that we start looking through starts to morph and change our view, so that we can now stay on track with our dreams. And Ernest calls this thought force, right? That there's a thought force that we can use. And so I'm going to read a little quote from The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. And he says, thought force is a movement of consciousness in a field of mechanical but intelligent law. The movement of consciousness upon itself creates a motion or vibration upon substance. Here's the next part. The force of which is equal to the embodiment of the thought set in motion. The force of which is equal to the embodiment of the thought set in motion. See, I was embodying a picture every time I was throwing to my cardboard box, creating more and more thought force, so that this one mind knew that this was something that was needed to move forward. Now, also in your awareness, you need to have a sense of clarity. A lot of times I pray with people, and many times they're asking for clarity, because we all kind of know intuitively that once we get clear, everything can kind of fall in line. Have you ever had clarity so deep you just feel it in your body? Yes? Throw up a heart if you did. Yes? Yes. Because you know what you know, and you can't go back and unknow it. And when I was standing there watching the pitcher throw the ball, I instantly knew that's what I was, even though nothing in my environment or conditions or surroundings or situation validated that. See, this is the place we need to come from to get in our awareness, so now that we can start to move into this other space with the law. So now we've got our clarity. We're operating from the world, not the world, I'm sorry, the spiritual truth. We're working with that belief system and staying out of the world's BS. Now we need to move into the next day, which is alignment, to become a vibrational match for the thing desired. And one of my favorite tools for this is to play in the workshop of the imagination. As I had mentioned, every night I would fall asleep and see myself in the pitcher's circle. Ball, strike, winning the game. And then later I saw myself going to college and graduating, and I kept working in this workshop of the imagination. You know, and there's some tools we can use that are out there that are really powerful. If anyone's ever been to a Mary Morrissey workshop, you know that she loves this tool. She uses it very specifically. She has a little phrase, an exercise where you get with somebody and they ask you, and this is a future meeting, but you're doing it in present time, and your friend asks you, how have you been? What have you been up to? And then you say, well, I'm so happy and grateful now that and you speak in real time your future self. Right? So if you wanted to be an author, you say, oh, I'm so happy and grateful now that I've written my book and it's doing really well. Like you would just speak it now in truth and embody it, right? Really feel it and get in alignment. Mae McCarthy has a great tool in her book, Path to Wealth, where each morning you journal to your CSO, or whatever you call your higher power. For her, it was Chief Spiritual Officer. That was CSO. And she would say, oh, I'm so happy and grateful. And she would write in real time her gratitudes for her future condition present now, and how that looks, how that feels. And then, of course, as you drift off to sleep, you can continue that workshop of the imagination. So the other part to alignment is using our emotional compass. Our emotional compass. You know, when I raised my hand and said, I'm a pitcher, right away, I contracted right after that, right? Because sometimes fear, when we want to move towards something, shows up to keep us mobile, right? To keep us immobile, to keep us stuck. Because it used to be safer not to move than to move, right? That's kind of evolutionary thing. So we need to pay attention to what's going on in the inside and what's really moving us around. Because the subconscious will start to kick in and sometimes hijack or sabotage our ability to stay in alignment. And we might start to then drift, you know, just like a car, if the wheels aren't in alignment, it starts to pull to one side. We can drift away from the spiritual truth, right? And using that belief system of spirit into the world's BS again, right? I think that's why, you know, there's a lot of people who followed the prescription for success. You know, there's a lot of lawyers and doctors who didn't want to be lawyers and doctors because they were told this is how to have a good life and be successful. And there's a lot of people married to lawyers and doctors who didn't want to, you know, just went down this prescription for success rather than tuning in and staying in tune with the authentic self and that knowing of who we are. So alignment is critical. Now, how do you know if you're out of alignment? Well, you might start engaging in limitation thinking. You know, maybe you want to buy a house and all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, well, it's too competitive out there, and kind of start getting into this limitation, the condition based, you know, all of those types of things, and that'll take you. That you will be taking yourself out of the game. That's not a truth. That's not a power. That's us giving up our power. Now, if you ever use any of the twos come out of your mouth, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too skinny, I'm too broke, you're probably in the world's BS. And it's important to stay out of it. You know, I love a little story. If you've ever seen Steve Harvey on TV, maybe some of you know his story. But I had come across a YouTube of him talking about his dream to be on TV, and he was, as a young child, he was asked by his teacher, all the class had to write down what they wanted to be when they grew up. And so he turned his assignment, and then that night, his teacher showed up at his house, and he wanted to speak to his dad. And the teacher came in and told his father, oh, your son Stevie, he's been cutting up. He's been, you know, joking around. He hasn't been taking school seriously. He said he wanted to be on TV. Now, here's the thing. Stevie stuttered. Yeah, he was a stutterer. So she thought he wasn't taking the assignment seriously, that he was mocking the assignment. So she was throwing him under the bus. And the father's like, well, what's wrong with him wanting to be on TV? Like, did he do the assignment wrong? And she took it as an attitudinal thing. Well, he went up to his room and he thought, oh, I'm going to get a spanking for this one. And the father comes in and he asks Stevie, he goes, what's this assignment about? What did they want? And Stevie says, well, I think they wanted me to put down like I want to be a basketball player or something. And so the father said, well, I want you to rewrite that paper and turn it in. But this other one that you wrote, this first one, I want you to keep it in your drawer. And every morning I want you to take it out and read it, and every night before you go to bed. See, the dad had a wisdom. He knew that some people try to steal our dreams, that try to determine what our abilities or possibilities are based on our own judgments. And of course, he's on TV now, Family Feud, he had his own talk show. So we need to stay in alignment. So powerful. And then the third A is we need to take action. We need to take action. What can we do right now with what we have to begin to take action towards our goals? Notice I didn't say we need to figure it out, we need to create a roadmap, we need to have a plan, we need to have all the steps, we need to identify all the resources. Now, the world will tell you that's the way you get to something. And I know a lot of people with great plans. Have you ever met an organization that says, here's our strategic plan, and they pull out a big book and it just sits on the shelf? Yeah. Action is where it's at, because action, an object in motion, can start to change direction, right? There's energy there that's partnering with the one mind. My action was, I had a cardboard box, I had a few softballs, I went out there and I began. So what's your version of a cardboard box for what you want to do? Maybe you want to start a nonprofit and you don't know how, but do you have some friends you can talk to? Can you start a little meetup group, maybe on Zoom or on the telephone, and start the discussion of your passion for this nonprofit? That's something you can do. And who knows what the next step or the next door that will open for you might look like. Maybe you want to find love. Maybe you want to find love. Can you get online, find a little dating app, sign up for one, write something up? Or maybe you want to go back to school. You're like, oh, I don't have the money, I don't have the time. Maybe you could just make an appointment with a counselor. See, there's power in these little steps. We tend to overlook them because the world says that's not enough. But when we shift into this other belief system, knowing that we are partnering with the one mind, the one power, the one wisdom that's in all places and spaces and can bring resources to us. I had the greatest pitcher in the world teach me to pitch. I could never make that happen. I couldn't pay for it. I didn't even know it existed, right? But I magnetized myself to these opportunities, and so can you with these small steps that have great power in them. I love the quote from Henry David Thoreau. He was an American philosopher in the 1800s. Of course, he uses all the male versions in his speech, so I'm going to read the quote for you, and I hope it feeds you like it's fed me. He says, if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life that he has imagined, he will meet with success unexpected in common hours. Unexpected in common hours. That's what's on the other side of these 3 A's. But you need the 4th A to fully take it in. The 4th A, so important, and many people get hung up on this one right here. Acceptance. When it finally shows up, you need to say yes. I could have said no to the workshop. I could have said, oh, I don't want you to, have to drive me or pay for it. I could have said no to my good, right? When that good shows up, when that resource shows up, when clearly the one mind has said yes, you need to take it in. And it seems odd that I even have to bring this up, but oftentimes I think there's, for many of us, an issue about unworthiness. Like, who am I? Have you ever met somebody who gets an incredible opportunity and they turn it down? I see this a lot, people maybe who get an offer to be a manager. And now they're going to have to be more than what they were before, right? They're going to have to get out of their comfort zone, right? So all of a sudden it's like, right? Now it's like, oh, I don't know if I want that now, you know? Or, you know, not a terrible situation. Have a lot of money, right? And people get rid of the money. They don't know how to take it in, how to keep it. You know, lottery winners oftentimes lose their money within a year or even more than what they had before. So we've got to cultivate a space within us that's ready to receive, right? That's ready to be more. You know, sometimes I've met people that I'm convinced aren't healing because if they heal, they'll have to, more will be expected of them, right? Or, you know, some people who just don't feel like they could ever be successful, so why now? You know, this level of acceptance, of letting it in, of embodying it, of allowing yourself to shine, allowing yourself to move to higher ground. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Your enoughness does not come from the small I, personal you. Your enoughness comes from the divine, from spirit, from this energy that shines the stars, that spins the planets in perfect orbit, that brings every season, that sustains all life on the planet. That power, that wisdom, that love is running through you right now and will always make you enough for every opportunity, every challenge that you're faced with. See, I believe we have a spiritual duty to shine and to be the best for ourselves and each other, because there's only one of us. And when one shines, another shines, and we just light up the whole world. I mean, we're all cells in a body called humanity. I mean, could you imagine in your own body if your liver cells like, oh, I don't want to operate too well. I don't want to shine too bright. I don't want to do my job too well, right? No, we want you to do what you came here to do. And Spirit wants you to do what you came here to do. So before I close, let us remember to pull out our spiritual AAA card, right? To gain our awareness. What belief system are we working with, right? Getting clear about what is ours to do. Staying in alignment. Possibility thinking. Paying attention to our emotional compass. And taking action. No matter how small, it has power in it. And then get ready to receive your good. So I want to close with a beautiful written work. Many of you may have heard of it, but I just love sharing it. I can't hear this enough. It's by Marianne Williamson, and it's called Our Deepest Fear. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not in just some of us, it's in everyone. And it is our light, our own light to shine. We unconsciously give other people permission to do the same when we shine. We are liberated from our own fear. Our presence automatically liberates others. So I invite you, use your A's, shine, and light up the world. Blessed be. Thank you so much, Amani. Have an excellent week. Much love.
Well, that was a lot of fun, huh? It's really nice. So now it's our joyous time of giving. And in a moment, I'll share with you the different ways that you can give to the Amani Center. But I thought I would bring something up to your awareness that maybe you don't know, that this center is here because of you. All of our gifts, our tithes, our offerings that we give to this center is the reason the doors are open and that we get to come together on Sundays and share this sacred space together. We don't have a mother church that's supporting us somewhere, somehow, but it's us. It's our tithes and our offerings that keep the doors open and keep this space so that we can show up on Sundays, show up for classes and workshops. So I just want to remind you that. So here are a few ways that you can give to the Amani Center. One, did you know you could text Amani to 44321 and donate that way? There's always a button on the end of your newsletter, and you can always sign up for the newsletter. And at the bottom, there's a donate button, and you can either, at the donate button, set it up to do that monthly, weekly, whatever serves you. You said a button, donate button at theamanicenter.org. And then you can always do it at your bank account. These days, it's so easy. Set up a bill pay to just send out a payment once a month, once a week, whatever works. So please join in this center, own this center by your offerings. So now I'd like to bring up our beautiful practitioner again to do an abundance affirmation, spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer. All of the above. All of the above. Thank you.
I invite you to take your tithes and offerings, place it over your heart, knowing that it is powerful, energetic. Money has energy, and so do we. And in the giving, you receive. You receive the wonders, the experiences, the joy of being here together. And I am so grateful for this source. Each and every one of us is a source of financial support, spiritual uplifting, and lots of love. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for all the gifts that we receive and all the gifts that we give out. I release my word into the universal law, knowing it is done. It is so. And together we say, and so it is. And while the baskets are being passed, we are going to hear from Amy Steinberg.
As we honor the elements, and we're honoring that element of water today, I wanted to share my song, So Rich. Because whenever I think of being in the flow, I can't help but think about riches, being in that space of openness. And when I think about riches, I don't just think about money. I think about joy and peace and love. This is called So Rich. And I invite you to sing along with me if you feel so inclined. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich. Join me singing So Rich. Here we go. dripping in peace, dripping in love. Goes like this. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love. We have everything we need. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love. We have everything we need, you see, 'cause we are so rich. Yes. Check it. Grat-tat-tatitude spilling up my veins, digging on the decadence, goodness reigns. Queen bee being on the throne of ease, rich with infinite potentialities. We think money has value. Listen, it's paper, metal, electronic transmission. We get what we give. We are unique, we breathe. Cannot just give, cannot just receive. There's a law of circulation. Money secondary. You have an essence only you can carry. As I advance on my journey, I see there is a power for good and it can use me. Yes, there is a power for good and it can use me. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich. We are, sing it with me. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich. We are dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love. We have everything we need. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love. We have everything we need, you see, 'cause we are so rich. So rich. So many blessings. Think of the gratitude you have right now for all the things in your beautiful, amazing life. Let it flow out. I'm going to let some gratitude flow out right now, and I want you to do it as well. Just speak over me. We're going to make a little channel of gratitude happening right here on the internet. I am grateful for my animals. I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for my partner. I'm grateful for the clothes on my back. I'm grateful for running water. I'm grateful for friends. I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for the sunshine in my garden and the beautiful bird song. I'm so grateful. So rich. Let's sing So Rich one more time. Here we go. Come on, sing it with me. Here we go. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich. We are so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich. Rich we are. So rich.
Together we say, and so it is. Let's see. Yes. Well, as we close the service, why don't everybody stand? We'll sing The Presence is Here together.
Marcy promised you would help me. That we'd appreciate your help as well. Let's see if we can hit the right key to start. The presence is here. The presence is here. Love and spirit prevail on each face. The presence is here. Amen. The presence is here. And I will meet you in grace. And I will meet you in grace.
So thank you for joining us in this beautiful lesson of release and let go, that you can trust the divine to guide and guard your life. As our experience with our Sunday service this morning wasn't what we expected when we walked in, and the divine accomplished it anyway. So take that into your life today and let it hold you. So namaste, dear friends. Great blessings. And go out and live and be in joy. Namaste.